Hey guys, welcome back to another Overthrow Disc Golf video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about the 4 types of field work for maximum improvement. Let's get into it. So the first of the 4 types, I'm going to go kind of in order for the first 3 here on what I would recommend you start with. The first is going to be field work for technique. Okay, and there are 2 things that I would recommend you have. I've got one of them here, a tripod. This is just like a $20 tripod. We'll leave a link below. Are you filming this, Mikey?
Yeah, I'm filming it. What do you think, I'm just slacking here?
It's about a $20 tripod. We'll leave a link to one below so that you can click on that and buy through there. And so you can just hook your phone up to here. Most of your phones take really good slow-mos at this point, so we'll use that. And then the other thing that you can use optionally, which would be recommended, would be a baseball net. Don't have mine with me, it's at the house, but we'll also put a link for that down below. Those are really helpful. The reason that we're using these things is the baseball net helps so that you don't focus on the result. When you're working on technique, last thing you want to be thinking about is what happens out there, because your body's really good at correcting, oh, I shanked that one left, I shanked that one right. Don't focus on that. It's going to be mechanical in the beginning. We're working on the technique. Recording. You ready? Tell me when I'm in frame, Mikey. Okay, cool deal. So I'm going to move into frame here.
Actually, sweet shot.
So then you just look at your slow-mo, and I'm looking at mine here. So I just need to make sure that I don't open up my lead foot too early. Make sure I really get a solid plant there. Right, and you're looking for one, say it with me, one thing to work on at a time. I will work on one thing at a time until you fix it. And you don't worry about the result out there. The results are gonna lag behind and they'll catch up. You're just getting this one thing figured out, and the net's there to catch your disc, so you get a bunch of reps in. And it's really important that you get quality reps over quantity reps, right? Practice makes permanent. So it's more important that you practice the right thing 10 times than the wrong thing 100 times. So I would recommend doing that one before the second one, which is field work for distance gains, because
why, Josh?
Because why?
Why would you
Why do I
that?
say things the way I say them? The second type of field work is for distance. We want them fat distance gains. Why? Right? But before we do that, I recommend doing the technique first, right? You hear someone like Paul McBeth talk about he just went in a field and threw his arm off. What you have to understand is that Paul McBeth had been playing baseball since he was like 1.5 years old, right? Maybe younger. He already had a bunch of the mechanics, and what he needed to do was bring the feel from baseball backhand mechanics in to the disc golf backhand mechanics. So the thing with distance is you're not trying to create form or technique with distance. You're trying to create feel. And you're trying to get the feel of that disc ripping out of your hand and the feel of the timing coming together, right? And you don't really care where it goes. You just want it to go. Right. So before you do this one, I recommend the technique one. But now, once we get here, like I said, the goal here is we want to see those gains, but more importantly, to see the gains, we want to get the feel of the disc coming out at the right moment in that nice snap that we all love. Now, the third type of field work is field work for accuracy. Right? And there are a couple ways that you can do this. 1 is set up a target, 2 is set up gaps, or 3 is both. First, I've set up a target about 200 feet away or so, because I want to hit those every time and be inside the circle for a putt from 200 feet. I'm going to go with a bunch of different lines to that target first. Whatever the disc calls for, I'm going to do. So let's go with this one first. All right, yeah, a little forehand buzz OS. About 15, 20 away. Go suspect. It's a little straighter of a disc, so a little more direct here. Get down, not a good wind read. Close though, closer than the buzz. Here you go, Mako 3, just slightly flippy, a little bit of hyzer. A little bit of hyzer here. It's pretty straight at it. A little nose up. I don't mind a little nose up from here because it slows it down a bit. My Rock 3 is overstable. So I'm gonna swing it out to the right a little bit, let it come back in. Didn't do it. So I need to practice that shot for sure. Super flippy rock shot. Nice and easy. Pop up the whole way. Oh. Paul McBeth.
Paul McBeth.
That's a shot that he has, just like that. Flip up the whole time. So
You're not likening yourself to Paul McBeth, though, are you?
I was.
I was. Get over it.
In looks and skill.
In looks and skill.
Paul McBeth does not support this message. So take inventory afterwards. Obviously, I need to work on my overstable hyzers on my backhand. Double down on your strengths, mitigate your weaknesses a little bit. So the setup here is I got 2 putters. That's my gap. Get as close to or as far back from this gap as you need to practice. It's enough pressure for me to be just 10 feet away from this gap. And I'm just gonna rotate around it with my discs on shots that I would throw those discs, on lines that I would throw those discs on. So I'm gonna go from backhand all the way through to the forehand gaps that I would try to hit it with. And if it goes over one of those blue discs there, I obviously hit the tree and miss the gap. So I'm not aiming for the bag this time. I'm just trying to get through the gap. Low, didn't feel great. These are both low. Both. I'm gonna adjust this a little bit here to where now I'm gonna try to go over the bag through the gap. The initial gap here and then the far gap down there where the fairway goes.
Wow. Okay.
That's a one taker. Forehand through the gap, over the bag. Wait. Yeah. That's it.
Nailed it.
And that's some simple gap/accuracy work, just different lines with your discs, different gaps. Try to keep it in line with how you would throw that disc, and then mix it up. Throw discs on different lines, figure them out. Now the last type of field work, and the most overlooked, but probably one of the most important types, is field work where you just learn your discs and how they fly. The only person that I really hear talk about this is Paul McBeth, and he kind of weaves it in. Go watch his fieldwork video called We Need to Talk, and you will see him talk about this, how he does field work in between rounds because maybe his disc gets a little nick on it and flies a little different, right? So he is being super attentive to how each of his discs fly, because that's the difference in a 15-foot putt or a 30-foot putt, which in some cases for him can be the difference between a championship or not. So when you practice this, what's really important is that you're throwing the discs that you have at the distance you would normally throw them, or else you're gonna be on the course, you're gonna throw something that you're gonna try to throw your leopard that usually when you go to do distance field work flips up for you and rides over to the right because you're trying to throw it like 400 feet. And then you're gonna get on a hole where you're trying to throw it 350 and it's gonna hyzer out and you're gonna be like, oh, you're overstable now, huh? You always flip on me, all right?
So accurate.
You've got to practice the way that you're gonna use those discs so you know how they fly at the distances that you're gonna use them on the course. I'm pretty close here. This is kind of putter distance for me. So, seeing if I can get it up close to it. Yeah, nice and soft.
I still got it. It's okay.
Because that was a great throw. Right. Nice and soft up here. That sucks.
That sucks.
I need to practice my...
Actually, it wasn't that bad. Like, you were literally gonna make that putt, that circle one.
Well, yeah. But I need to practice my hyzers, apparently, from this distance. Nice and soft. Come on in, baby.
Ooh.
Yeah. There we go. Finally. Might throw my forehand suspect from this range and miss it, or is it gonna be close? All right, just a touch long. All right, now I'm gonna move it back. Mid-rangey distance. Pull out those bad boys. Buzz OS. Go with the forehand first. Throw it on its nice low overstable line here. Get up there, skip. I counted for the skip, but I didn't get as much as I wanted. Little hyzer flip. Straight. Oh, I turned it too much. Oh, what a shank. What a shank. Might go a little Annie. Little Annie to coast, yeah. Get up there, baby. Oh! How come it's the touch shots that I'm doing better with? Come back a little bit. There you go, a little forehand Firebird from this distance. This is about that 250 range I love my Firebird at. Oh, it's too right. It needs to stop. Give me a stick. Oh, yep. That's it from there. Now I'm on to fairway drivers. My derriere. This is pretty far for fairways, actually. Here we go. My fairway drivers and my Wraith. Might be a touch long for my fairway drivers, but I'm guessing I would throw my fairway drivers at this range. The other thing you're training is just your eyeball, your distance gauge, because it gets really disorienting when you're out on a course. And the T sign says 685 feet. You threw your first shot to here for a shank. Just a little hyzer flip to ride. A little too much ride. Pin high. It's a tailwind, but it's not that tailwindy. This is basically the same line. Just got a touch more stability to it. I said a touch more stability to it. It landed just like, I don't know, 3 feet left of the other one. Yeah, these are pin high, but they're a little right. More of the overstable lines here with these discs. Over. Yeah. Needs to get over a bit. Oh, that's quite a bit short, I think. I need to put a little more stank on these bad boys. Same. It's too straight. Yeah, you can tell I haven't done any accuracy work in a while. All I've been trying to do is get distance gains. That's not bad. Needs to stick pretty good though. That's left of it. That's outside the circle probably. Throw a forehand or two here. Forehand beefers. Oh, that's awful. That should not go in a tape beer. I aim way left. Beefy boy gotta get way left here. Sit. Just on video. Perfect on video would be nice. All right. Yeah, for bid, I actually got to this distance and decided I needed to go for accuracy. Short of this, I'd use a fairway driver and try to be more accurate with it and place it. So if I were in a situation where I had to be close, because I was on like hole 17 or something and I had to gun it, maybe I'd throw this here. It's right of it. Yeah. Edge of circle right. I'm kind of missing right. For this one, I really have to hyzer. This would be more of like if I had a tunnel in front of me for this disc and I needed to kind of push straight the whole time with some distance. That's straight with some distance. Hit the bag. Oh, so close.
Oh, you're pretty.
Yeah. And this one is total utility disc. Like if I needed to throw something spiky that turned into a roller. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so the putters and mids are pretty close. This was actually my long drive here. So I read that disc really well. You've got to kind of decide what's execution, because this isn't the accuracy practice, right? This is just learning the disc. And of course you throw the disc how you think. Target may or may not help you. It helps me because I'm trying to figure out if I were to throw this disc to this target, how would I have to shape this disc to get there? And that's teaching me the stability of the disc is. how quick it comes out of lines and stuff like that. The other thing is you should throw your discs, and Paul talks about this a lot, is that you should throw your discs on all sorts of different lines so that you learn what they do on an Annie, on a flat shot, on a hyzer, on a roller line. Learn what your discs do on each angle and figure out your discs, because if you're in that pressure situation and you've got any kind of gap you got to hit and a shot shape that you really need to hit under pressure, knowing that disc and how that flies is really half the equation there. It's half the battle. So those are the 4 types of field work. Figure out what your game needs and then take it into the field and practice appropriately. And then you're gonna see the biggest gains. Intentional practice paired with intense fervor and passion for the game, and you will grow. That's gonna wrap it up, guys. Watch our ads, leave a comment, like, dislike, share, don't share. We'll catch you in the next one. We won't catch you in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout. You're the best.